I'm taking the strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 95 of the SZN Podcast. I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, my usual housekeeping message, guys, please make sure you hop onto our Twitter or our Instagram, that's SZN Podcast or SZN Pod. The link of both of those platforms there's a link in the bio, and that takes you to all of our links where we're sort of situated at, whether that's Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, whether you prefer audio or visual, pretty much all the main ones were there. Make sure you give us a like, subscribe, give us a follow, all that good stuff, guys. But yeah, man, how you been, bro? Another week.
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Yeah? Good. Yeah, me too. I'm good. I'm in some unidentified location that will not be named, but I'm out here.
Outside.
Outside, but there's always time to talk boxing, as you know. Always time to talk that good stuff. And this week, there's only one thing to start with, right? Where I go, there's only one thing to do.
Yep.
This is going to be such a funny breakdown and such a short. I don't know how the longest I went out, but yeah, we're going to go straight into the fight from the weekend. Artur Beterbiev versus Joe Smith Jr. This was a unification fight. Beterbiev had 2 of the belts at light heavy. Joe Smith Jr. had 1 of the belts. Flowz, I think we said that we felt like this is going to be an easy night's work for Beterbiev, right?
Yeah.
Both predicted knockout victories. I've checked Sunday morning, so I wasn't able to watch the fight live. Obviously, Sunday morning, woke up. I've seen that Beterbiev has obliterated this guy in 2 rounds, bro. 2 rounds.
Oh, man.
What can we say about Beterbiev, bro? He's a monster, right?
Yeah, man. I remember his last fight, people talking about he's slowing down, and I was confused. I was like, he doesn't look like he was slowing down to me. He just got cut. That's all.
It was a cut. That's what I said, yeah.
That's what it was. People saying he's slowing down. But yeah, he's still the same monster. No signs of aging from that 2 rounds, from that quick work. Yeah, obliterated him.
Let's get into the fight itself. Obviously, it's a very short fight, so this is probably going to be a very short breakdown. But the first question I have, Rose, is what was Joe Smith Jr. thinking? What was he thinking?
Bro? Because I didn't watch the fight live as well, so I saw the result. But from the first bell, I see Joe Smith Jr. marching forward, trying to be the stalker, trying to hunt my man down, and I was laughing. I was laughing. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Bro, I don't know who put a battery in his back and who told him to execute that game plan, but they've done my man a disservice. To be honest, he couldn't win it anyway. I don't see any way he could have beat this guy. I'm only saying that because remember how he said that we fought Joe Smith Jr. No knock to him. We're not discrediting him, the champion for a reason. But we said, but behind Beterbiev and Bivol, he's a step down. We felt like he was the weakest champion, and boxing skill-wise, power-wise, he's just behind those 2. So for him to, you know what? Should we call him for that game plan, or should we praise his bravery?
I don't know about bravery. I don't because he got him stopped in 2 rounds. So it was a horrible game plan. I don't know. Maybe it's almost disrespectful. It's a disrespectful game plan because he's trying to treat my man like he's Wilder or someone who can't box. You can't just step to him because you saw Fury step to Wilder. I don't know who he was basing that game plan on, but yeah, because Beterbiev can box.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget that. I swear, Beterbiev he's got medals, no? Amateur medals.
Over 100 amateur fights, so he's definitely got medals there.
Yeah.
His amateur record's crazy.
Yeah. Let's not forget as well, listeners. Beterbiev beat Usyk in the amateurs. I believe he beat Bivol a couple of times in amateurs. No, he beat Kovalev bare times in amateurs. I don't think Kovalev ever beat him in the amateurs. So this guy's got pedigree. And he's got serious amateur pedigree.
And he's big.
He's big and strong, and he hits hard, as we can see. Yeah.
The thing is, even though he's walking forward, when you're marching forward, you kind of want to exchange. You want to hunt someone down. You want to get off. You want to trade. He was losing the exchanges. Anytime he did, maybe pin down Beterbiev, or not pin down, but anytime he got the chance to unload, he'd lose the exchange and get hurt every single time. He'll get wobbled and rocked.
The most insane game plan, marching forward, trying to go swing for swing with a guy who has 100% knockout ratio. Listeners, is that not madness? Is that not madness?
You can do it to the Wilders, the people with no boxing ability. You can do it to them, but not Beterbiev, man. Don't disrespect my man.
Yeah. And he knew it was bad when, as I said, Joe Smith Jr. was, because Joe Smith Jr. is also someone that I think hangs his hat on his power, because he is a power puncher too. And he's got a very good knockout, ratio. So he can bang. And to be fair, Beterbiev isn't some invincible guy. He's been down twice. We've seen him go down twice. Heavy knockdowns as well. The most recent being Callum Johnson. So I don't know, maybe Joe Smith was thinking, I'm just going to go for broke here. And if I catch him, I hit hard enough, I might be able to drop him and, take it from there. But I loved about how composed Beterbiev was. He was like, okay, cool. You want to come to me? We can do it this way. I'm going to just use my jab and, I'm a better boxer than you. So I'm going to catch him, get the better of you in the exchanges. And from what I saw in those 2 short rounds, every time Joe Smith Jr. tried to go swing for swing with Beterbiev, bro, you see how open he looked. It was going to happen. Like, he just left himself open. There's an art to being able to swing for someone and also keep yourself protected and whatnot. He was wide open each time, close. So it was always going to happen.
It's so funny. After that first knockdown, because the first knockdown came for him trying to rush in, and the punch didn't even land clean. Was it a short right hand or?
Yeah.
Didn't land clean, put him down. He wasn't too hurt by it, let's be real. He wasn't too hurt by it. It was hurt enough to put him down. But he got beat the count and tried to run forward again. Luckily, the bell saved it that time, because he would have got stopped in the first round if it lasted a minute longer. But yeah, outrageous game plan. And I don't want to say I've already said it's disrespectful to Beterbiev, but I see what you're saying about Beterbiev has been put down, maybe, I think, twice now.
In those first games, from what I remember the knockdowns as well, it was that kind of situation in terms of it was like a swinging battle, you got caught and dropped kind of thing.
He got up quickly, both of them, I believe, but at the end of the day, we saw how those fights ended.
Yeah.
We saw how those fights ended. Like, they man thought they had the ups on him, but boy. Yeah, he got it back in blood. And I don't think that's, especially with the skill gap as well. There is a skill gap. He's the more skilled fighter than Joe Smith Jr. Yeah, maybe he was trying to go for broke and thought he could do damage.
Sort of rush into the lead kind of. But yeah, it wasn't. Beterbiev, too experienced, too good of a boxer to allow that to happen, and he still hit bloody hard as we saw. First round, there was a knockdown at first, but it was all just slip. From what I remember as well. I think it was one of those ones where it was a very unclean punch, like a smothered punch that sort of knocked him off his balance. But that said it all really, because obviously towards the end of the round, Beterbiev actually got him legit and dropped him. And it did look like a heavy knockdown, but obviously still knockdown scored. And then the second round, I think, how many times he dropped him in the second round? Is it twice close or 3 times?
Yeah, twice.
Twice, yeah.
And then the ref eventually stopped it.
Deservedly so as well, right, Flowz? I mean, that second knockdown, that's when Joe Smith was, I think the first one he got up pretty quickly from, he looked okay. But the second one is where his legs were like going, like the referee said, walk to me, and he went that way, and the referee was like, nah, cool, we're done.
He looked out of it. No, the extra stoppage came. He didn't even touch the canvas when the extra stoppage came. He got rocked and he was facing the other way, wobbly, and that's when the referee felt, because he got dropped twice.
Flowz, the power. We got to talk about it. I think it's 3 weeks in a row now where we've discussed like these like insane power punches that we have in boxing right now. Obviously, in a way, being one of them. Obviously, I think before we've mentioned Javante Davis plenty of times. Boy, Beterbiev, it's what, 18 fights, 18 KOs now?
Yeah, he's up there.
Scary power.
And you got to remember, this is a guy who competed at heavyweight as an amateur.
Yeah.
So he's big and he's strong. You hear fighters talk about him inspiring, where he's sending people home, packing, inspiring. Yeah, crazy power.
Yeah.
He's up there, pound for pound. We've got to say it.
Yep, 100%. This pound for pound list of power punches is kind of scary for us. I can't lie. But obviously we've got to discuss it, man. Next up, we know what we want to see. I don't want to hear no talk of Canelo. I don't want to hear none of that. What we want to see now is Beterbiev versus Bivol for the undisputed light heavy. We said this year, 2022, is the year of undisputed. Let's carry on now with this light heavyweight division. No Canelo talk, please. But there is a little bit, I won't say stumbling block, but there is something that Beterbiev has to take care of first. And that fighter was in attendance, as we know, Mr. Anthony Yard, UK's own Anthony Yard, which apparently that's been booked in for October, I believe, right, in London. I think it might be October. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Flowz.
Yeah, October 22nd.
Yeah, so that is Beterbiev's WBO mandatory. Anthony Yard was in attendance, and obviously I had to peep the interviews afterwards with Tunde and Anthony Yard. Flowz, I don't know if you've seen them.
I've seen this.
Anthony Yard. Did you see the one where Anthony Yard said, he said Beterbiev is looking slow?
Yeah, he said they both look slow.
God. I can't lie, Flowz. You know we rate Anthony Yard in this pod, and he's one of our favorite fighters, or we know he's a fighter that we want to do well, we want to see do well. He's getting smoked.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's getting smoked out of this booth. And I'll be the first to be so happy if he does put it off.
Yeah.
But he's not at the level. He's not at the level. And again, he's taken a massive jump because he hasn't fought for what? For was it almost a year now?
When was the Arthur rematch? That must have been February. The Arthur rematch.
February, okay.
Early in the year.
Okay, it was this year, early in the year, yeah.
Early in the year, maybe February latest, maybe even Jan.
He really should have had a fight in between. Really and truly.
You know what's funny to me? I saw Tunde's interview.
I saw that as well. Yeah.
And from the moment he said he picked Joe Smith Jr. to win, I was like, Anthony, you've lost. I'm sorry. Anthony, you've lost. You said, oh yeah, he backed Joe Smith Jr. to win. I was like, yeah, it's a wrap for Anthony. It's like, even take away the skill aspect. When your trainer, his trainer should have known.
Yeah, man.
So it's a shame. But yeah, I don't think he's ready.
He's not ready. It's a similar situation. It's not as bad a situation when he went from Tony Avalon to Kovalev, but it's still Lyndon Arthur to Beterbiev with no fight in between. It's again a massive risk, and I just think it's come too soon for him. Which is a shame. Yeah. But we both know Flowz, that fight's not going to 12.
Oh yeah, of course not. Yeah, we already know that. It's going to be a great fight. Don't get me wrong. It'll be a great fight.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Hopefully, you know what? It'll be more competitive than the Joe Smith Jr. I don't think Yard will come rushing in like that. He's a bit slicker. Yard. He likes to do the shoulder roll. He likes to try and jab as well and be slick in there. So I think we can expect that. But going to be a barnstormer still.
Yeah. Fully agree.
You know what's funny?
Yeah, go on.
Once again, for the third week running, everyone's running to Beterbiev now. Everyone's running to Beterbiev. I can't believe it. I'm seeing comments at the woodworks that this guy could go up to heavyweight and do damage. I'm seeing this guy washes Andre Ward. This guy's the best in the division.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the Ward stuff. Like, what do you make of all this? Do you think Ward would have found a way to beat Beterbiev, or do you fancy Beterbiev's chances in that one?
You've got to fancy Beterbiev in terms of his ability, but Ward's too good. Ward's too good. Even moving up to 175, because Kovalev was a killer back then. Kovalev was killer when he faced him.
The kingpin of that division, the number one guy.
Kovalev was a killer, and Ward beat him twice. I think Ward would have found a way. Ward's good at everything. I don't want to hear disrespect to Ward's name. Ward could do whatever it takes to win a fight within a fight.
Yeah, 100%.
Same as Fury and same as Ward. Them two.
But I did see a lot of people say how, okay, you want to use Kovalev as a yardstick because Kovalev back then was the one that was dominating, etc. But obviously people were quick to say that, Beterbiev beat Kovalev many times in amateurs. Like, he's probably a better fighter than Kovalev, etc. So it does make for an interesting discussion. I favor Ward as well. Like I said, he just has that knack of pulling out and doing what needs to be done just about to win. But I do think Beterbiev is a much more dangerous opponent for Andre Ward than Kovalev. Even the Kovalev back then, I think Beterbiev is more dangerous, more scary.
But look at the discussion we're having now, and look at the discussion that's been floating around.
Yeah.
This is the same Beterbiev people are saying Canelo needs to go and fight.
Yes.
They're saying he needs to go and fight. They're saying, this is what we want to see. Now all of a sudden, Canelo's out the picture. Beterbiev is this great fighter who can beat heavyweights.
Yeah.
Before, why didn't you see this before? Because we were saying it before.
Yeah.
Why didn't you?
Listen, go back and check. We posted it recently. Go back and check what we were saying. Beterbiev's name was mentioned many times by myself and Flowz. So
how can you go say you want to see Canelo versus Beterbiev?
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden it's a complete mismatch. You didn't see it before. When boxing's funny. Everyone's running to Beterbiev now. Riding the Beterbiev trades.
Boxing is very, very reactionary, as we know. And now Beterbiev is getting overflowed. It's when Bivol beat Canelo, Bivol was riding to Bivol, same thing.
Yep.
You know how it goes. And speaking of which, obviously, we're both expecting Beterbiev to take care of business against Anthony Yarde. That's a shame it has to be at Yarde's expense, but that's the way the life goes. This Bivol-Beterbiev match, which we should get, hopefully. Would you fancy in that one?
Man, it's a tough
I know this is the tough one for you.
Purely,
you can't see from Bivol, he's good.
Yeah, I think I like Bivol. I've liked him for a long time. I like his style. Another one with great amateur pedigree is very, very, I think, very much the same standard almost.
Yeah.
But Beterbiev is the bigger guy and he's the power puncher.
Yeah.
And that always plays a big factor because Bivol isn't a huge light heavy. He's probably on the smaller side. He can make 168, he says, comfortable.
Yeah.
But I'll stick with what I like to say. I favor the more natural boxer. It's hard because Beterbiev ain't even just a puncher. He's not a puncher. He's a boxer. But it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I can't.
Okay. Would you need more time until, like, say, when it's that close to the time you might be able to?
Yeah, closer to the time. Right now, I'm leaning towards Bivol.
I'm gonna tell you now. It's Beterbiev for me. I'm gonna tell you straight up. For me, right now, it's Beterbiev 100%. He doesn't. To me, like I said, the whole slowing down talk. I told you I rubbished that before. I said I don't believe that. I thought it was the cut that really got him. To me, the bigger, stronger guy. You know what? I see it being quite similar to the Govodskik fight, the Ukrainian guy.
He's also quite small.
He was also fairly small in Beterbiev and also very, very good amateur as well. Very, very technical. And in portions of that fight, Beterbiev was getting outboxed even, or you might have him, might be losing rounds or whatever.
Yeah.
But eventually his power got to him. I think similar with this fight. I think there'll be portions of the fight where Bivol is doing the better work. But Beterbiev's power will tell in the end. And from what we can see, bro, it gets to everyone. 100% knockout ratio against top quality guys, by the way. Joe Smith Jr., by the way, he's never been knocked down.
Yep.
As a pro or amateur, I think they said. So these aren't like small fry. He's doing this against the best. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Beterbiev for sure. I think this is Beterbiev's division. But again, that Bivol-Beterbiev match is going to be a cracker. An absolute barnstorm, I reckon.
Yeah, it'll be a sick fight. Yeah, I think Beterbiev would be the favorite just on the size and power.
100%. He's the belts as well. Yeah.
Great fight. It's what we want to see.
Yeah.
It's what we've wanted to see for a long time.
A long time. Look, literally, before the Canelo talk, we've been saying before on this pod, we want to see Beterbiev and Bivol get it on. Those are the two main guys. They're the best two in the division. Canelo came through and tried to upset the apple cart a little bit. They've run him back down to 168. Let it go over there. Let the real light heavies deal with what they got to deal with. And as we said, you know, the UK have got guys who are chomping at the bit to get a shot at these guys. So it's going to be a really exciting division for the future, man. So listeners, make sure you pay attention to the light heavies, man. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a really, really good division.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, a lot of names.
And yeah, shout out to Beterbiev, man. He took care of business. Right, so Flowz, there isn't really a fight for us to preview for next week, but there has been some stuff in the boxing news, I guess. We might as well talk about. I think the main one we got to touch upon really is the AJ date announcement. If I'm not mistaken, August 22nd.
Yeah.
August 22nd. Yeah.
I think so.
And it's going to be in Saudi. So is it the same place he fought with Ruiz?
I don't know.
No, actually no. This might be Jeddah. This might be somewhere different. But anyways, yeah. It's the place where AJ goes to win his rematches. Saudi Arabia, Alexander Usyk, August 22nd, booked in, locked in now. Obviously, I think we said it before on the pod that it's basically a done deal, but now we've got an official date. So yeah, obviously we got to preview that when the time comes. I think that's going to be an epic preview. Boy, I'll just say this, Flowz. A lot of questions has got to be answered. AJ's got to answer a lot of questions. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But I look forward to that one.
Yeah, good fight. Obviously, we'll preview it when it comes to it. But yeah, AJ, yeah, a lot of things he needs to do. And I think he will do. That's all I want to say.
Okay. Okay.
We'll get to the...
I'll press you now, but I'll press you later. Don't worry about that.
We'll do.
It's funny actually, isn't it? I'm pretty sure, didn't Tyson Fury announce that he's coming out of retirement literally the same week of the announcement, or just before, right?
Well, he keeps changing his story. He says, yeah, he'll come out for this month. He says, if Wilder's back, Wilder should give him a call and he'll fight him. He says he wants $500 million to fight the. He doesn't fight for money. Now he's fighting.
Well, we know the deal. This is why a lot of pressure is on AJ to win this rematch, because essentially, if AJ wins the rematch, that mega fight with Fury, I think, happens. If he loses, I generally think Fury could retire because he has no interest in fighting Usyk. Unless they throw him the big bag, which Usyk doesn't command, unfortunately. So that's why AJ winning is kind of crucial, I can't lie.
They might even nice AJ with this time around, you know? Because he signed a big deal with the Zone now. He's officially left Sky.
Yep. So this rematch will be on the Zone, not Sky.
Yeah, pay-per-view as well.
Yeah.
So the Zone launching pay-per-view in the UK with this one.
Yeah.
Saudi are throwing the big bag. Yeah. There's a lot where an AJ loss is damning.
Whoa, yo, this could be
they might nice him the Canelo. Canelo start judging.
Canelo Vegas rule, yeah. Well, the old Canelo Vegas rule, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Call up CJ Ross, Adelaide Bird. Yeah.
Make sure the referees are Richard Foster, you know, so he ends it real quick.
Yeah. All of that.
Richard Foster for jumping very quick. Oh, that's funny.
But, yeah, it's a big one. So glad it's been announced. It's taken a while, but yeah, the heavyweight division can start rolling, moving on again.
Hopefully, yeah. Fingers crossed for sure. Speaking of heavyweights, do you want to run us through a return of an old heavyweight, Flowz, that's apparently coming back into action? One of your guys.
The guy who probably derailed the whole heavyweight, the AJ training initially, probably. Jarrell Big Baby Miller returns this Thursday in Argentina against a guy I don't know. After 2 years.
That's in Argentina.
It's bro, the WBA are hosting a festival called Knockout a la Drogas. That's knockout of drugs. So
knockout, like so you can say against, like it's something against drugs, right?
Against drugs, yeah.
So they wait. So they're hosting a anti-drug sort of bout, but they bring in one of the biggest heavyweight dopers in recent history.
Great business, great marketing for me. That's great market. Yeah, Big Baby Miller returns after I'm saying 2 years. It's longer than 2 years.
It was longer than that, bro. I can't lie.
What was the
it was
AJ?
Longer than 2 years.
It might be 3. I think it was 2019.
It's close to 3 to me.
Yeah, it would have been 3. I think 2019 is when the AJ fight was meant to happen. Yeah, it was 2019. Yeah. So it's been almost 3 years for Big Baby Miller out the ring after being caught several times for drugs.
Yeah, I tell you, man shot up the whole pharmacy.
But he's back.
There's
not much to say on that one. Controversial, but it is what it is.
Yeah, he's not someone who we're going to be talking about for a while, anyways. In terms of he's got a lot of cash on to do, let's put it that way. And now let's see, with the drugs out of the system, if that insane work rate for a guy that's over 300 pounds, let's see if it's still there.
Let's see if it's out of the system first and foremost.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it sometimes it takes a while to get out of the system, doesn't it? Yeah, let's see. That's funny though. You said that's WBA?
WBA.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't even know if there's drug test. There must be drug testing. There has to be.
That's hilarious. Well, yeah, fair enough. Heavyweight division keeps moving on, keeps taking over. And we look forward to bringing you that AJxUsyk II preview. That's going to be one for the ages. And that fight is going to be very tense. Because that fight is going to be tense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be crazy. That's a big make or break fight, you know.
Trust.
For the division.
Bro, we'll get into it properly, of course. We'll get into it properly. But right now, I'm already feeling tense. I'm feeling nervous for AJ already. But yeah, there's a lot of people are ready to cast this guy out for good.
Bro, a lot of people be on our necks if AJ loses.
Trust.
Just because we're from the UK.
Yep. So yeah, we need AJ to come through strong. But yeah, man, I think that's it for this week, boys. Nice, short, snappy, concise episode. Shout out to Beterbiev. Shout out to AJ and Usyk getting that agreed. And good luck to Anthony Yarde. But yeah, any final words, Flowz, before we wrap it up?
Nah, that's it. That's a short one for them.
Yeah, calm. Well, it's an episode 95 of SZN Podcast. As always, I've been your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz. Make
sure you keep subscribing, retweeting, giving us a follow, giving us likes, all that good stuff. Peace.
I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.